Alright, let's get into this. Morningstar, the now deceased infamous newfag faction that has popped up on Purdy the 12th of March 2021. If you remember this faction, it's most definitely because of its never-ending shit-talking, beta tactics, or ritualistic self-briefing. MS peaked at around 10 members, and I was one of them. Hi, I'm Smalls, or formerly known as MS Dummy. And so yeah, I'm a former MS member. I was with them since their inception, and today I'm going to tell you their story. The hidden history of Purity's first group of newfags. Morningstar has originally started on a roleplay SMP, which quickly became extremely boring. On the 12th of March 2021, me, Bonehead, Cola 2020, and MS Lucifer joined Purity for the first time, at the time under the name Shinobis. We started out as every other new player did. We bitched about spawn, managed to escape, traveled the highway for an hour, diverged for another hour, eventually finding the perfect place for our first settlement. By the way, that place wasn't like really the best. It was my least favorite, if I'm being honest. Basically, it was just a one block hall going down to Y11, few rooms, XP farm, and 3 villagers. Exactly the kind of place you would expect new players to conjure up. After a few days of poverty, MS Lucifer began to explore the pay-to-win game style, and the resulting shit-talking from other players quickly began. This whole ordeal led to our first base getting blown up. What's gonna happen next? That was a question that all of us asked. Well, we wanted to strengthen our numbers, so we recruited a new member, Omegasta, and moved forward. And this is like my worst memory from this dumb fucking server, I swear to god. I personally spent like 3 fucking days walking to the next destination, because we didn't even have stupid elytras at the time. After 3 days and many unsuccessful attempts at travel, on the 17th of March, I finally arrived at the new base and started building. The goal was a mega base, however it never finished. One beautiful sunny day after I finished the segment and had moved on to the decoration stage, I saw an Inuit guy approaching me. I was in VC with some MS members, but before I could even ask which one of them it was, I got blown out by the guy who was definitely not an MS. It turned out it was ICP, the Iron Casket project group that was led by, it's Rico. I remember sending a lot of hate towards them afterwards, and I don't think they agreed with our toxic behavior, so basically they just found their own way to try and shut us up. Well, it was time to kick some of the members, recruit new people, and move, in the hopes our next base would last longer. This new base was a big blackstone castle that was built by me and the newest member Apersu, who you may know now as Purity's best content creator. Just kidding. As every other group of cool kids, we wanted to give our build a very cool name. We got a lot of cool name ideas, however, we eventually settled on being edgy and calling it the N-word Mansion. Yeah, that was like the name. Yeah. Very nice. After like a week, Omegasta decided he doesn't want to be our friend anymore. He tried to pet trap some of us, and he basically just made the base gardens public, so it was time to move once again. This new base is what I would personally consider the best time for Morningstar. Like, the new build looked amazing, we finally had some component farms, we became close with Aura team, and had 2 of the faction members move in with us. We were productive and we were having so much fun in VC and endgame, but it was all too good to be true. Later, due to my retardation in sending our enemies screenshots of the base with block rotations on, we had to self-leave and move again. Fun fact, all of us thought it was one of our members who leave the base. However, later I was exposed to basically just living up to my name, MS Dummy. Once settled at the new base, everyone expressed exhaustion from the never-ending self-grief and nothing ever getting finished. This base would prove to be the final one. This base stood strong and beautiful for about a month. But then something just changed. No one knew exactly what, but we could tell something was just off. After deliberation, it turned out the problem was the head of the faction himself, MS Lucifer. Multiple people in the faction share the same feeling about him. They saw him as an egoistic, making everything about himself, ignoring other members' opinions, and just much more. Two of the members, newfags and the infamous T, realized that we were basically just no longer a group of friends just messing around, but instead something entirely different, and the faction wasn't doing really good for them. They ended up leaving the faction, and the rest of us knew that the faction was in its final days. At the time, there were two separate bases MS lived in, the main base and our farm base. MS Lucifer tried to fix this separation by selling griefers our main base coordinates, forcing everyone who lived there to move to the farm base. But the main base was already a home to several players, including Apersu, who had already built an enormous castle and was starting on other projects. This was the final nail in the coffin. I knew MS was no longer about the friendship, and it was instead a platform for Lucifer to build his own financial empire. I didn't like that, and on the 22nd of May 2021, I invited a few people, including members of ICP, to blow up the farm base with me, which led to the faction disbanding and multiple members leaving the server, including MS Lucifer himself. So yeah, this is the whole story from day one, from when Morningstar was just a close group of friends having a blast on Fruity, pissing people off along the way. Till the day I had enough of the sorry excuse for a group that had become deciding to leave the base and kill the faction. I guess that all I can say now is good night, Morningstar.